All right, here is Hold On by Kraemer. Let's have a listen. First comment of good vibes, I agree. That cool, good vibes. I would say it kind of has that cool, like, indie rock, not indie rock, indie folk feel to it. Just makes me kind of want to do this right here. So there is this could be SoundCloud's fault, but there's a lot of low end coming through, and it's simple high pass filter. Get rid of some of that, you're good to go. I'm curious about. It sounds like the acoustic guitar is mic'd up for this recording, rather than being a direct input.
With you, I learned how to talk. You taught me math and how to read a clock. Evening stories and the bedtime songs, and these are just memories.
Actually, was through an interface. Okay.
I know all the things you've done, and I hold on to the things I love.
Okay, then one of the things that's happening, I think, is whatever room you were recording the vocals in is picking up a good bit of noise. And one of the things I heard right there, if you'll listen for it, I hear like a pop of some sort. There it is. Yeah, I'm not saying it has to be exactly perfect. I don't think it needs to be. But these are little things that just trying to give you something to maybe the next recording will be a little bit better. Oh, there we go. That's a nice way to end it. Good job, Liam, with Hold On. Yeah, so the room that you're recording in is very important. That room noise can be hard to EQ out, and the better the recording you can get at the beginning, the less work you have to do in the mix phase. But yeah, I like the song. Let's do this. 7-Way-Street and Goosie.
In the garden, I'm eating.
All right, I already like the fact that when the bass is hitting, you're not hitting it on every note. It makes me want it, and you kind of take it away, and then you give it back. Kind of like a forbidden fruit, right? Ooh, nice use of delay on the vocals. So one of the things that's hard to get right is making sure that those delay effects are adding something when they're supposed to and timing it right. You can easily overdo it, and you can easily underdo it. So that was cool. Got some double vocals there. I'm a man of culture because I have the little orange in the background. I love it. There's like a cult following for orange, isn't there? Okay, so I personally would like to hear that guitar a little bit more. I'd like to bring that up a little bit. Because it's getting lost with all the bass that's happening. There's that lead in the background. I just wish it was a little bit more up front. If you throw a little bit of piano on it too, that'd be spicy. I like the brass there, that's cool. Try not to laugh challenge. That could be fun. I'll win that every time though. Okay. So you're kind of feeding the appetite that I had for that guitar there at the end, at least. All right, so that was a pretty cool song.
Tassko, this shit crazy.
All right, Josh, I got you coming up next.
I've been living out in California with my baby and she loves the drama. She got me feeling like I can't ignore her. This is my blonde girl fantasy.
Uh-oh.
I've been living out in California with my baby and she loves the drama. She got me feeling like I can't ignore her. This is my blonde girl fantasy. Living out in LA, I can't stay. Come on up to my room, I'll show you everything you're made of.
Hey, sevenwaystreet, you're very welcome. Thanks for sharing that.
Come on, take a drive with me. I'ma show you everything you wanted to see. Come on, take a drive with me. I'ma show you everything you wanted to see. I've been living out in California with my baby and she loves the drama. She got me feeling like I can't ignore her. This is my blonde
Okay.
girl fantasy.
I like the style. I like how you're doing the double vocals at the right time to add the dynamics.
She loves the drama. She got me feeling like I can't ignore her.
The lyrics are a little repetitive, but that's also, like, this day and age, that's what you're supposed to do. So I have no issue with that.
I'ma show you everything you wanted to see. Come on, take a drive with me.
So one of the things you can do with double vocals, just to clean it up a little bit, is try to make sure that the timing of the words are matching up with each other. Now, again, that's just one way of thinking, because what's happening here is it's creating two very distinct voices, which is cool. Maybe just be a style thing. But for cleanliness, if it lined up a little bit more, it would still have a good impact and just be a little bit cleaner. I like that song, though. So part of me also wants to see that, or hear it a little bit more in the lo-fi sense, and just bring everything down a little bit more even, because you kind of have the vocal effects and everything is not really matching exactly what the drum machine is doing. So it's a little in between for me. But either way, I like it. It's not for me to decide a style one way or the other. But hey, that was Tassko with Blonde Girl Fantasy. All right, let's check out Josh Lecroy with Teardrops on My Pillowcase.
I'm not the type to go confess out loud, but my heart is in pain. I don't know what I've been thinking, 'cause you got me in a mess right now. All over the place.
Okay, good beat.
How I'm feeling. I need someone to hold me like you want.
Still keeping it chill. I feel like it's not going to stay there very long.
No one told me that you could.
You're building up some anticipation here. Okay, you're holding it away a little bit. Add to it a little bit. Got the dynamics going right. Yep, we got awesome vocals. I agree. Oh yeah, no doubt. Hopefully I've given you a little bit of something to try next time you're doing some vocal mixing. And Don't be afraid to shoot me questions if you need any help.
I rewrite the story so we wouldn't go through this. I need someone to hold me like you want to touch in these cold feet. You've been through enough. No one told me that you could miss someone this much, oh this much. Cause there's teardrops on my pillowcase. Cause I think
okay, Josh, if it doesn't go hard here in a second, I'm gonna be really disappointed. I'm hoping you're just trying to keep me in anticipation right now. Yep, very well produced. Great job here. All the levels seem right.
I wanna get you out my head, but when I'm laying in my bed, I wanna get you.
So here, there's those backup vocals. I'll be hitting like boom there, and like move it around.
I wanna get you out my head, but when I'm laying in my bed, I wanna get you out my head, but when I'm laying.
Do it. Oh man, you could have gone hard there, man. Still good.
When I still have you and I can't keep on crying, but I'm dying on the inside of my soul. I got these teardrops on my teardrops on my pillowcase.
See, if you had just brought the noise that last time through and then dropped it out right there, oh. Okay, let me reiterate. Very, very good song. But what you're missing there is dynamic-wise, you kept me in anticipation the whole way through, and you didn't give it to me. That last chorus, if you had just really brought it up and just went hard with it, oh man, it would have given me everything I wanted. But still, awesome song. Thanks for sharing that. It's Josh Lecroy, Teardrops on My Pillowcase. I'll be listening to that again, I'm sure. Myself Outside with Isolation. Let's give this a listen. Okay, I like the intro.
I don't know where I'm up to.
Drums fit well.
The world is all behind me. I've suffered from the pain. I look into the mirror.
Cool vocals.
Image of myself. So afraid of getting closer.
Bass is a little too loud. You hear how we're losing the kick a little bit because of where the bass is. The snare's still coming through, but we're missing the kick now. Okay, so the rhythm guitar is really, really muddy. So one of the ways that you can change that up a little bit is go through and find out, look at the two EQs between the lead guitar and the rhythm guitar and the bass, and see where they're overlapping. Because somewhere in there they are overlapping a little too much, and it's just kind of muddying things up. Nicely, I like it. I really like the drums on this too. See, if the kick and the bass guitar were matched levels a little bit more, it would really be hitting us right now. Still digging it. Love it. And I listened to this quite a few times already. And I'm just going to shut up and let you listen, and then I'll tell you what I think about it.
People ask me how I write these songs, where the words come from and where do you start? And I smile as I tell them all the same thing. Writing it down is the easy part.
Love that line, Zach. Love it.
I don't sit around and think of new ideas. I don't reproduce some special kind of art. It takes a whole lot of joy and pain living. Writing it down is the easy part.
There it is again. The song is so simple, but so exactly right where it's supposed to be.
It comes from that phone call on a sunny April day when it knocks you to your knees to hear your grandpa passed away. Knowing that'll leave a hole that you can't feel inside your heart. Writing it down is the easy part. Comes from that mistake that hurt somebody that you love. Watching them work through it with the help from up above. Knowing that you can't forget the hurt you caused there in her heart. Writing it down is the easy part.
That repetition just hits.
From those taillights.
Hits hard.
Driving away, years and years of missing her. Every single day, the best ones come from something that usually breaks your heart. Writing it down is easy.
Perfect way to change it up without having to get overly complicated.
Come from that old
Right back
church
into it.
off US 23, where you walked up to that altar, got down on one knee, getting your name in that book of life by giving God your heart, writing it down was the easy part.
Yo, can we just...
Are you a web creator?
Like, Zach, that's so good. Now, obviously, some of my opinions are going to be related to what my styles that I prefer are. So I try to give something about everything. Some genres I'm more familiar with than others. So I feel like I can give a different critique. So I am a lyrics first guy. If you've watched any of my recent videos, I kind of explain a little bit about that. To me, I typically write lyrics before the song is finished, and I develop the song around the lyrics. So what happens is something very similar to the way that song's lyrics came through, in that each section played its part and kept compounding on itself, and then bringing it home with the similarity of that line of writing it down as the easy part. And I'm not going to get too much into it because I do have a video review of this that I can give you the full breakdown of it. I tried to keep it short, but the lyrics are so good. The song is exactly how it should be. It's so simple, and all it does is just create the foundation for those lyrics to tell the story and still leave room for interpretation. Perfect Underground says, appreciate you helping indie artists. I'm an indie artist. I'm an independent musician. Have been for a long time. And I know what it's like to not be listened to. I know how bad it sucks. So if all I can do is just be an ear to listen to your music, then that's what it's all about for me. If I can go a little bit above and beyond that and give you a review and help us all get better collectively, I would want somebody more experienced than me doing the same thing. Again, I'm not an expert. I've just learned a few things. I've learned the hard way. I wish I could go back and re-record songs that I did even a year ago, because now that I listen to them, I'm like, oh, I could have done that so much better. So I would have loved if somebody had just told me stuff before I got too far. This is Redline with one request. Digging the piano. My short attention span is ready for it to get going, though. So the songs are playing through Spotify, out of my computer, into a mixing board, and then through an iRig into my phone. Okay, hit me with the good vocals. I'll explain how the sound is going through here in just a minute. I don't want to talk through somebody's song.
Just forget my respite mornings after staying up too late. Close the door, don't look back. All I'd ever risk of you is hold me and let me go.
Okay, cool. I like that. A couple of schools have thought on how to bring that in. I like the way you did it, how it kind of hit that on that backbeat. I personally probably would have had that let it go, like hold out just a little bit longer and then come in the way it did. Like I felt like it just rushed a little bit more than it should have. Okay, so one thing you will always have to watch out for when you have piano and guitar in the same song is how similar the frequencies are. So you either have to scoop out the frequencies of one of the instruments or the other, or you have to make sure that they're spread out pretty wide. Because if they get too close to each other and they're in that same frequency, it gets a little bit muddy. I feel like you're going to hit us with something here at the end. Okay. All right, so cool song. You have if that's you singing, or I don't know if you're in the band or if you're the one doing it all. Really cool vocals. They could be produced a little bit more. So a little bit of vocal tuning for especially a song like that where it's just so high focus. Like your vocals are on the forefront. There's nothing really supporting them most of the time. So little vocal tuning would have cleaned that up a little bit. Like I said, with the frequencies. So guitar, piano, things like violin, strings, they're going to carry the same, they're going to hit the same frequencies a lot of the time. So you have to find space within the mix for each instrument to fit. So this is something that I struggled with really bad in the beginning. And so like my last song that I released, I have a piano and I have an acoustic guitar. No, I didn't do acoustic. A guitar and a piano. And what I did was a piano went to the right, not hard right, but went to the right. Guitar went to the left. And then I took the frequencies that were severely overlapping on the EQ chart, and I scooped them out of the piano. And then the same frequencies I scooped out of the piano, I boosted up on the guitar. And so that's how you just take those overlapping frequencies and make them fit. So a couple things that you could do there. Hope that helps a little bit. But yeah, really cool song. I think, so it was a 5 minutes, 2 seconds long song. I think could have been condensed probably down to like 4:15, something like that. If it doesn't need to be there, go ahead and get it out. People don't have attention spans for 5-minute songs, unfortunately. So shorten that intro, just condense everything a little bit, and that song would be a banger. But I do like it. All right, so up next I have Russ Blvd with Bad Luck. So let's give this a listen, see what we got. Oh, I forgot to answer your question about how the sound is coming through. Let me do that after this song.
And why don't you come over here?
Okay.
When I talk to you, see you talking to some other dude. That's just my
Okay, yep. I'm in. So I'm a sucker for a good bass line, so you got that kind of, we're relying really hard on the bass line right now. And then that lead guitar that hits in there is just like, hello, I'm here.
That's how you're gonna be. And I just wish I told you.
All right, Mike, I got you in the queue.
When I'm with you, 'cause it ain't good. And I just wish I told you. I feel fucking great. Your way, oh your way.
Okay, so again, another one of these situations where I love the bass line, but I want the kick a little bit more.
And maybe if you
So typically, when I mix, the way that I do it is the bass and the kick are really sharing levels, and then I'm just trying, just like I explained with the guitar and the piano, is just try to scoop out the overlapping frequencies between the two. But I mean, I like the bass line, so.
It's been quite some time. I remember you for all my life, but I never will go back to you again.
Hey Scott, good to see you, man.
And I just wish I told you how I feel when I'm with you.
Hey Blue on the track, we do have a queue going, but I'd get you on there.
Wish I told you.
What's up, Ghost? Yeah, I like this. It is super catchy. It's got that little bit of funkiness to it that's really like makes me want to move a little bit. See, we're apparently not in the game here because that was just listening to them on Zack. I don't know how to pronounce your name. Zaquis. Oh, that's a nice lead. I like it. What's up? Not Jake Patrick. All right. That was a pretty dope song. Yeah, I mean, trying to be a little picky. Really, the only thing that kind of stuck out to me was that the kick was a little thin. But yeah, it was, made me want to get up and move, and the instruments fit together really well. So we had a question that I keep on avoiding apparently on how the music is coming through right now. So there could be a more simple way to do this, but this is the way that I do it just because I don't have to change up my setup when I'm recording videos, when I'm doing duets. If somebody pops on and we talk on live, this is how everything works for me. So I have a Mac Mini. On that Mac Mini, Spotify is pulled up. Spotify is going from my Mac Mini out to a mixing board. That is where my microphone is going to the mixing board. That mixing board is then going into my Focusrite 4i4 stereo. So I have 2 channels going in. So that's then going out to an iRig. And then the iRig is going into my phone. And then the volume out of my phone is going back through the iRig into a headphone amp where I have, this is complicated. The headphone amp has one channel has my computer audio. The other channel has my phone audio. And those are split down to one stereo channel that is going into my headphones. So yeah, it's TikTok has been kind of weird in that it takes to get really good quality audio. It takes it's not as simple as just plugging up your phone and going with it. I feel like I just need to burp really loud, and I don't want to do it on live, but I would feel so much better if I did. Collective with a million little pieces. Let's give that a listen. Yeah, for the couple of you that are asking how to get in the queue for this, just honestly just keep putting it in the comments. So below me is my laptop where I'm logged into a different account so I can watch chat. So I'm trying my best to keep up with it, but I'm not that great at it, so I'm working on it. Oh, this is a cool style. What time signature is that in? Trying to pull a fast one on me. All right, so the rhythm guitars are getting a little too far out front because I feel like I lost the vocals there. Yeah, I really like the vocals. Definitely fit this style really, really well. Yeah, so far the only thing I have is like that rhythm guitar is just too far out front. I heard that little background. That was cool. Thanks for the crown. The little crown. I like that they called it little because it was just this little doop. Yeah, that was cool. It kind of like powered down. That was neat. Hey, good song. Yeah, the only critique I really have there is Just watching the mix with those the rhythm guitars, and then the vocals sounded really, really good. So overall, really cool. Mike, I think you say this Setchell with Never Really Mine. We will listen to that. I will listen while I get a couple more queued up. Next up, we'll have En-Stigma. Okay, ballin' intro. I have no idea what to expect next.
Here we stand.
Could have went 100 different ways. That was cool.
You said you try, I know you can, so why am I still holding on? Empty promises, broken dreams, I thought we had a good thing here, but now I see it was never me. You've made that very clear. Signs ignored, that could never be us. Thoughts implied, worlds collide, and logic goes right out the door. 'Cause I've been spending too much time with you on my mind, with no reason, no rhyme. You were never really mine. Could it be you tried to leave? I'm stuck inside, insane to see. The time has passed for us at last, I'm free. Do I want to be a memory tainted by the lie? You weren't the one for me. 'Cause I've been spending too much time with you on my mind, with no reason, no rhyme. You were never really mine.
That's so good. That's a cool effect. I like that. Yo, some of these comments I'm just now catching up on. They got me tickled. All right, Blaize, I got you in the queue. Yeah, somebody said Imagine Dragon vibes. I feel that too. Okay. So I know you guys have been talking a lot. So I'm seeing, it sounds, from what I can tell, you were recording in a car. Yeah. So yeah, I agree. That was Imagine Dragon vibes, which I think is code for like really well produced. So if you did that in a car, that's pretty cool. Yeah. See, the stories are always make the songs more interesting, right? Like, you could have said that was recorded in a professional studio, and I would have been like, oh, that's dope. But if you recorded that in the car, that just makes it even that much more interesting. So yeah, so critique wise, just so I can give you a little something. So I feel like the low end when it came in, there at the chorus, I don't know if I was trying to listen my best as I was searching for everybody's stuff. But I felt like something that was brought in a little too much low end. And now it sounds fine. But if I'm just going to give a little picky critique, I would have just, watched those low frequencies a little bit when something came in extra, whatever that was. When I started home recording, I started in my garage with an SM57, which is $100, and an iRig, which is $100 for my guitar. So I could plug in my guitar and put that into my computer and use GarageBand, which is free, to start recording music. So $200 can get somebody started in home recording. That's all it takes now. So what happens then, there's the burp, I didn't let you hear it. What happens then is, if it only takes $200 to get into this, what you're going to find is that the independent musicians are just able to put stuff out there. We have the internet where you can just distribute your music for next to nothing. You can make TikTok videos for no cost. And there's really no excuse not to do this now. The problem with that is you have to sort of hunt through a lot of independent musicians to find stuff that you really like. So again, there's a video I did recently on sort of the idea of oversaturation of the music industry. And it's really not an oversaturation so much as it is like, you could listen to music all day, every day for the rest of your life and still not hear it all. So it's hard to get heard. And so part of why I'm doing this is just to make sure that, one, I'm going to find music that I'm going to listen to for the rest of my life. And two, I want to give some feedback so we can all get better together. And three, maybe one of my reviews, you find your new favorite band to listen to for the rest of your life. So a lot of cool reasons to do this. And I'm really glad that we had the chance to do it. All right. So let's listen to En-Stigma with Paranoia Dreamland. It's an interesting way to start it. Again, y'all keep hitting me with these things like I don't know what genre this is. I have no idea what to expect, what's going to come next. Which is kind of fun. I found Cynthia, by the way. I got you. Cool. So I'm going to probably stop listening to the entirety of the songs just so we can make sure to get to everybody before my time is up. Okay, so very interesting song. I feel like it has a very cool psychedelic, like if I was sitting and partaking in certain things and listening to, that would be a trip. I think there's a lot of work, and you may, I don't know where you are on your path in producing, but there's a good bit of things that there are to work with there. So one, I always want to think about dynamics. So something, like I mentioned before, like lyrics to me are the most important, and dynamics are probably the next important thing for me. This is my opinion, not everybody's. So, and so I feel like we had a lack of dynamics there. It just really didn't change a whole lot, except for when it kind of dropped out, which was still cool. But those drums just were completely lost behind everything else. And drums should be at the top of the mix. So there's a method called top-down mixing, and this is what I use. And it is where the kick and the snare need to be the loudest parts of the song. And then as you're adding instruments, you're making sure that you can still, as you incorporate those in, you can still hear that kick and the snare every time you add. And every time you add an instrument, you can also like bring the volume down really low and just listen. Can you still hear everything that you've put into this song prior to this instrument? So that could be as simple as just changing up the method. Try the top-down method, and I think the mix would be a whole lot better. I don't have anything bad to say about like the instrumentations or anything like that, but you know the mix would need a lot of work on that one. Here's my expectations, Blaize. This better be a banger if you're going to do it in 1:47. I don't know how you're going to do it, but let's listen to it. This is It's Always Been You.
I know we had our differences, we didn't always tell the truth, but with you I feel
Okay, we got a
safe,
ook, we
that
got a
I know
ukulele.
that it's real. I know we had our differences,
I got one of those.
didn't always know how
Right.
to feel, but one thing I'm certain of is that I love you. I love you, I love you with all my heart. I love you, I love you with all my heart. I know you love me back, you don't have to say it, 'cause I see it in your eyes when you said we have made it. We made it to our heaven group, angels flying high. And yeah, you are one of them, you let me know what is mine. I love you, I love you.
I'm guessing that's just like you're just like
I
a,
love you.
I don't think that's a virtual. I don't think you were clapping or whatever it is in front of a mic. Hey, thanks for the roses. I appreciate that. Totally unnecessary, but thank you.
Before you go, want you to know that I love you. I love you with all my heart. I love you. I love you with all my heart.
All right, Blaize. Love the simplicity of that, and that's what I really like when someone brings in that ukulele. The little bit of clapping or whatever was going on there, couldn't really make it. I couldn't figure out exactly how you were doing that. But if I was gonna say anything, I would say once you bring that in, don't take it all away. Just change it to something different. So when you came in with those little claps, maybe the rest of the song we're just snapping, right? So we're not taking it away completely, but once you introduce that, continue it. Don't just take it away completely, in between verses and choruses. So what I can compare this to is something that I learned from a drummer, because I'm not a drummer. And he told me once you bring in the ride cymbal, it doesn't go away completely after that, typically. Now, this isn't, every single song all the time, but he said, once you go from hi-hat and you move over to ride, you don't really go back to hi-hat. You sort of continue the song with the ride, and you may just bring it down a little bit to mimic what it would sound like on the hi-hat. And so that just gets me thinking, it makes complete sense for dynamic purposes in the same situation there. If you're going to bring in some claps, let's think of that as like the ride, and then don't take it away and then just bring it back again for the next chorus, but maybe just change it up and, go down a little bit closer to the bell and just give me some snaps instead of claps. And it's the same idea for that continuity, and just rather than just taking it away. So, that's something that I would probably give a try and see what happens. But yeah, love the song. Great lyrics, great voice, and gotta love an ukulele every now and then. Let's listen to Uniontown Electric with Glock and Spiel, and I will look you up, Mr. Daniel. I got you, Daniel. Yeah, I got Brian and Matt. I got that up next. So this is Glock and Spiel by Uniontown Electric, playing right now. Okay, this is really cool so far. Again, y'all keep giving me these intros, and I don't know where the heck it's going to go next. So each time I'm just like, oh, that's really interesting. Okay, here's another example where the drums just kind of disappeared once those guitars came in. Got to be really careful about that. Guitars are really easy to overdo. What's up, Connor? Good to see you, man. Okay. Like I said, I'm not going to, we're going to try to get to as many as I can, so I'm not going to play them all the way through. Just like I said with the previous song, the song before that is be really careful with the way that you mix. So I'm a guitarist. I used to be a bassist back in the day, but I'm a guitarist. That's my thing. I'm a rhythm guitarist. That's what I'm best at when it comes to instruments. Because I'm a guitarist, the biggest hurdle I have to face, and I have to ask myself every time I'm listening to a mix, I naturally want the guitar to come up. I want to bring it out front because I'm a guitarist, and that's like what we all do, right? Guitarists are the worst. If you've ever mixed sound for anybody at a live event, God, it's a pain in the butt to get the band to like shut up. Like, you can get the mix right because everybody wants to stand out. And the hardest part of being an independent musician and mixing your own stuff is realizing when you need to calm down. So it took, I didn't really grasp this until about 2 songs ago, where I had somebody up in Nashville who actually, is an actual mixing engineer, He offered to listen to my song and do exactly what I'm doing for you guys right now. And one of his critiques was, your rhythm guitars need to come down, because what's happening is you're pushing your lead up over your rhythm, and everything is just all of the guitars are getting pushed too far up. So if you bring down your rhythm, all it's going to do is let the lead accent, and that's what people are going to grasp to. The rhythm guitar just needs to be there for the foundation. Don't push it out too much. So let's play Brian and Matt. This is Just Go Away. Let's give that a listen while I'm trying to look for blues music. Okay, now I got you, Blue. I got you. I found you. Yep. So now we're talking my pop punk language with this one. So you could take a lot of low end out of those rhythm guitars. That would allow the bass to come up a little bit. He says, wait till the second chorus. Okay. Let me guess, halftime? Okay, I like that melody. That's really cool. Very catchy. And we got the sort of gang vocals with the whoa, whoa. He's going to hit me with like a classic rock guitar lead on top of the pop punk song, of course. Why not? Hey Connor, I've got a playlist that I'll be releasing for all these songs. Okay, I have to commit to not listening to the whole thing. Okay, I want to come back to this because, like I said, it can get like, I obviously have a genre preference, and that's it. And there's so many things, like I think I have to make an actual review video of this, because I want to get to some of these other songs. But I have a lot to say about that. So we may also need to we may need to talk at some point. So here's Unspoken with a song called Promise Me. Oh. Holy crap, what a cool intro.
Love.
This is cool. Very good vocals. And the reverb it's not overwhelming. It's heavy, but it's supposed to be. Okay. Yep. So let's talk about reverb for a second, because that's a good example of this. So a couple of things I would have done a little bit different is there in the beginning, like the intro was so cool. Wait, did I just get goggles or something? Man, I missed it. Thank you for the goggles. I'm sorry I missed seeing that. Okay, so in the beginning, what a fantastic intro. What would have made it a little bit cooler, and like maybe this is just a stylistic thing. I can't even get it out. Before the drums came in, if you had have just come in with a little bit of kick and just kind of set the tone, like almost in a heartbeat fashion, like if it was just like a boom boom, and like just give me a little something before all the drums come in together, it would have been pretty cool in my opinion. So let's talk reverb. So that's a song where heavy reverb is supposed to be there. So typically when you're using reverb, the idea is to throw reverb on it, turn it up till you hear it, and then dial it back a little bit, because reverb's supposed to be just sort of filling the space a little bit, and making it not so like right up front. But so a song like this, you want heavy reverb. You can do this with vocal recording techniques. There's a lot of different things that you can do with this. But so what I was saying was that heavy reverb was not overwhelming. But one thing that I think would just be the icing on the cake is always EQ your reverb. So all that means is, typically we understand EQing a vocal. But, reverb's going to hit after the EQ on your vocal, and you can actually EQ what the reverb does. So, so check out a video or two on that. Daniel, you are up next. This is a song called Like You Love Me, and it's Daniel Bayot, I think, Bayot. So let's try this out.
Oh, there's something about you, something that makes my insides shiver.
Okay, I've got a legit pop feel to it. Thinking you might just give me a sliver. Maybe you're not long chance to deliver this shining, burning, fervent, tingling dark. I like that sort of, when I talk about like a pumping action, this is what I'm talking about right there. It's like bringing it in and out like that. I love when that technique is used right.
You touch me like you love me. Need you underneath, around, above me. Oh, will you touch me like you love me? Even if to you this might mean nothing. Oh no, there's something about you. I wanna let you push it a limit. Won't be done till you say we're finished, baby.
Hey, thanks Blue for stopping in. Glad we got a chance to listen to it.
The way you make my ego fidget, that you could break my heart in a minute. This shining, burning, fervent, tingling down. I'm getting the feeling now that you're not into dying yourself down. Oh, will you touch me like you love me? Need you.
Okay, some really cool things going on with that song. Thanks so much for sharing that, Daniel. Yeah, so like I mentioned, like that pumping action, when it's done the right way, it is really, really cool, and you did a great job with that. Love your vocals. You got, man, this pop thing is, I don't know. It feels like what pop used to be, before it sucked. So I don't know. I feel like there's something there. I don't exactly know how to describe it. But it just feels like old school pop, and, great job. And especially just the little details, like you had that background vocal that came in just for like the one word or whatever. Great job. Like, really cool. Thanks for sharing that. So one of the things I need to get my butt in gear and do is I have a YouTube channel, but I don't think I have ever used it. Same thing with Instagram. So I've got to convert my Instagram from a personal account to something that I can be willing to share with people that I don't necessarily know. I had to make it private a couple of years ago when somebody I didn't know commented on a picture of my young daughter that I thought was super inappropriate. And so I privatized all of my social media after that because it was super creepy and I didn't like it. And so TikTok has been sort of a platform that I've been a little bit more open to people that I don't know. And so I'm in the process of converting things. And so Instagram and YouTube are two things that I need to get on, because I could take these replays and just post them on YouTube to where people could watch them. But it does give me some material so that I can kind of take these replays and I can edit them and make some videos off of it too. So if I said something kind of interesting throughout one of these lives, it gives me some material to break down and produce some content with. So yeah, right now TikTok, I don't believe has a feature where you could just watch the replay on your own. So maybe that's something they do in the future. I don't know. But hey, so the whole point of this again is I'm an independent musician, and I know there's one thing that all independent musicians want, and it's not necessarily validation, but is just to be heard. So if I can create a platform where I can just give you an ear and listen to you so that you're heard, and share with you anything that I've learned over the last few years of doing everything myself, I just want to share that, and I want to be able to do that for the people who are interacting. I don't want this to be a one-way conversation. And if we're listening to people's music, I really, like, if you like what you hear, please don't just stop here. Like, if you like some of the songs that were played during this live or in one of my reviews on my profile, like I say at the end of every video, make sure to give them a follow and a shout out. Like, let's not let it stop here. The issue with these videos I've been doing with the reviews is that nobody's actually watching them, or if they are, they're not commenting on them. And it's almost like if I don't do the review of somebody's song, like that's all they're interested in, and that defeats the whole purpose of all this. So if you like what you hear, don't let it stop here. Go follow them. Go tell them that you like it. Like, words of affirmation, just telling people that you listen to their music and that you liked it and that you gave them a follow. It goes, like, y'all know this, it goes so far. So don't let it stop here. Otherwise this is pointless, and I'm just one person. I can't do everything. So I would rather y'all help me, and let's spread the love. So I am Devin. My artist name is Part-Time Poet. If you're not following me already, please do that, because there's going to be a lot more of this stuff coming. I used to do nothing but duets on TikTok, and I'm trying to change that up a little bit. So expect more of this in the future, and look out for another live event that's going to be tomorrow. So love you guys. Thanks for sticking around. Thanks for all those that gave me some gifts. Again, it's not something that I expect or is required, but I do appreciate it. And I will catch y'all later on. Thanks so much.